VAAW is a youth leadership program that serves Worcester youth ages 13 to 19 from a wide range of backgrounds, majority of which are Southeast Asian youth. In 2011, we have served over 95 youth, 45 of which were active participants, coming to the program at least once a week. 59 of enrolled youth attended academic support ranging from one-on-one tutoring, SAT practice sessions, to homework help sessions. 90% of youth who attended reported improved academics, and we had 12 seniors in our program this year, all of whom graduated from high school, 11 of which who are attending college, with the last youth currently serving in the military. Our youth are attending QCC, Worcester State College, Assumption College, and UMass Amherst. Our youth leaders organized the 4th annual Moon Festival at the Boys and Girls Club this year, in which over 500 children and their families attended. The Worcester Youth Neon Dance Team, or WIND team, is our lion dance team created by our youth in 2010, starting with 16 youth, and has had over 20 youth participate. We have had many youth graduate from the program and come back to volunteer for performances and events throughout the year. And since the creation of the WIND group, we have performed at over 30 events and 20 different venues. Our performances were mainly for Worcester Public School and community events. In the summer of 2011, we provided scholarships for youth to attend summer programs because we saw that these programs were lacking participation from the Southeast Asian community. We awarded 2 scholarships to WPI and 1 scholarship to the Worcester Craft Center. One of our outcomes measured this year was that 76% of our youth made positive decisions. What does that mean? It means that we have had workshops throughout the year regarding safety, drugs, gangs, health, even Facebook, and education. And we've been able to talk with our youth about making good decisions and have had observations from our staff and community members, including the Worcester Police Department, that our youth have been able to avoid negative consequences and made the right decisions when it comes to friends and interacting with the community. This year, we also trained 12 youth leaders, 2 of which participated in the Youth Empowerment and Activism Group, which is an upcoming social justice action group. And 8 of our youth obtained jobs through the Summer Youth Works program, working with our program during the summer, leading activities, meetings, and participating in weekly workshops.
Youth back 2004, 2005? Yeah, 2005. And our main goal at that time was trying to get kids into school. So from that, my brother was actually in Andrew's shoes. And actually, if you know Phil Pham, he was actually in Andrew's shoes also. So we started off doing shows, doing slam poetry, same things that you guys are doing. And after that, I went to Holy Cross, because my brother went to Holy Cross. I went in with the idea that I really like chemistry for some reason. And I hated it. And I found myself really lost. I mean, like, going to that school and coming from North was totally different worlds. I mean, going there was like all Caucasian people. I've never seen anything like it. And to be the only like Asian person there really freaked me out. Besides Andrew, actually, and some other cats. But yeah, it was a really hard thing to deal with. And so I would come back here and I would work with Hung's mom, Tuha, and we would try to work things out, and that's how we had a connection with Holy Cross through Sikh. Anyways, because of that, I found myself asking, like, what does it really mean to be an Asian American? What does it mean to be a Vietnamese immigrant, I guess, without actually ever going to Vietnam? So I had this experience where I was like, well, I've never been to Vietnam. My parents don't really like to tell me anything. And the only reason why I found their story was I translated them because they don't speak English. So I translate their work, and I found all this paperwork. I'm like, what is this? What is this? What is this? And so I read all this stuff, and I'm like, oh wow, like it's really interesting. Besides that, I don't have any first-hand experience, so I don't know how to create art without, having that kind of perspective. So I based it off on photography, and this is one main photo I think everyone has seen with the burning monk. So I redid that in this whole idea of media and Vietnam, because if you look at that time, they were portraying everything. They showed everything on TV here. They were telling the counts, death counts, everything. And so because of that, I kind of had this balance. I'm like, well, I don't know anything though still. And my relationship with this is still from this backhand experience. So if you flip it. Yeah. So I've always just kind of had this idea of like a myth almost, where it's almost surreal, and I couldn't explain it without grounding myself. So like this piece itself is when I was talking to some people here when I was a youth effect, I would always ask their story, and they would always tell me either two ways they left Vietnam, and that would be either by foot, which is the same thing what my parents did, or by boat, and they would just sail off to the Philippines or to Thailand. Flip it. So when I got to Vietnam, I ended up in Ho Chi Minh City, and I did an affiliation with their fine arts university. Pretty cool. I'm not describing it. It was my first time going to an art school, like a real art school. But my objectives at that time was to find out who I was as a VAAW, learn Vietnamese mediums, like what does it mean to be a Vietnamese artist there, and at that same time create a show that would portray this idea of a mix between Western and Eastern art. So my game plan for that was, within 4 months I would learn silk painting, which is the traditional painting besides lacquer painting, and 2 months would be woodblock printing, which is their style of printing. Within the next 4 months, it would give me time to create that work and really kind of reflect on who I was as a person. Now for the main point was to do the show, and it was the first time that I've ever done it alone. I usually do shows in Boston with my twin brother, and he's like the media guy and I'm like the traditional guy, so we always collab in that sense. But this is the first time I had to do everything from scratch. I actually named the show, the whole idea was this idea of like emerging from darkness and like kind of rationalizing this idea of light and seeing the truth for the first time. So I named it Starlight to Twilight. After doing all these work, it's like, how do I frame it? How do I do this? So you'd go to these corner stores and near the school, and everything, they have everything. And so we did everything outside. As you can see, motorbikes, the frames. We did they just matted everything outside, which is really weird because you want to have like a clean environment, but they did it really nice. Next. So why the title was the whole experience. I wanted to boil it down to these paintings, these wood prints, all that, and it was this idea of dusk to dawn, because I've always worked at night, and because I was in class during the day, so I'd work at night until morning, and it was like always reflecting on this idea of, well, what happens if I were to change? Like, what is changing inside me while I'm here? Am I becoming more Vietnamese? What does that really even mean? So this is the actual show. This is the first show I made, and it took me forever to really do it because it couldn't print right. And facilities there are really good, but not as good as here. Like the technology, I would say, is ahead of ours, but it's not QC, quality controlled. So you have like new computers, new cameras that you don't even have here. It's really expensive, but they haven't been tested as much. So then you just kind of use it and you're like, oh, it broke. And then you're like, okay, well, there's no such thing as a warranty, so you're done. My future plans now, after coming back, is I definitely have to bring my parents back, because they've never been back since they left. Well, my mom did once when I was in high school. But besides that, I have to go back to learn lacquer painting, because everyone says that's what sells the most and it's the most prettiest in Vietnam. It's what Vietnam's known for. After that, apply for grad school and do my exhibitions.
Kind of open up for questions. I think the most important point that I can make to you guys is, when I was talking about growing up, don't let where you come from and who you might think you are dictate what you can or cannot do. Rely on you to get the job done. Don't think there's some politician that's going to come by and say, Johnny, you're a great guy, like I said. We're going to take care of you. Nobody's going to take care of Johnny but Johnny. And what's your name?
Same.
Zhang?
Yeah.
Same thing with you and everybody in this room. You got to be self-reliant. You got to have a can-do attitude. If you think you can, you will. But you got to keep telling yourself that, because you will. All right? And conceive of whatever you can think of. And if you really believe that you can do it, and this may sound, very, what do we want to say, canned or cliche, it's not. It's really true. If you really believe you can do something, and you set your mind to it and your energy to it, you will do it. It's really that simple. May not happen overnight. I worked for somebody else for 22 years. Finally got to the point where I said, there were things happening there. There were moral issues in terms of how the business was being conducted. There were things happening that I just couldn't put up with anymore. And I said, that's it. It was everybody said, what, are you crazy? I was making a lot of money, had, it was a great job. If you count, if you talk about material things like money and position and stature, right? All those things were great, right? But I had issues with the way the business was being run that I couldn't put up with anymore. So I said, you know what? Done. That's it. I had no idea what I was going to do. It was a big risk, but I knew that I would end up, to sustain my family, if I had to have 3 jobs, I would have done 3 jobs. All right? What I elected to do was take whatever money we had saved, cash in some investments, and put it all on the line. So, you can do it. I came from absolutely nothing, 0. Right?
Watching the 6th game of the 1986 World Series, the one where the ball goes through the legs of Bill Buckner. And in that 6th game, the Mets win that 6th game, so it's all tied up. Should have been that the Red Sox won. We could have, would have. We didn't. And I was so fanatical at the time, literally. Too much of a sports fan. I was living through the Red Sox. Imagine that. They never win. Didn't win back then, and they were they had it, except for that damn ground ball. And I went to bed that night, and my son went to bed, and I stayed up all night. The reason why I remember it, because I've never stayed up all night, other than if I was pulling an all-nighter and I would, on purpose, that you're studying or you're playing or whatever it is that you're doing. But I did that night. I literally could not get to sleep. I was saying to myself, what could I possibly, if I were the manager of both of these teams at this point in time, what could I possibly say to those players? How would I communicate to either team? I started thinking, if I was the manager of the Mets, what would I say? And I felt that I would let them know that regardless of what happened on that 7th game tomorrow night or the next night, whenever it was coming about, that they were champions. That it didn't matter. The fact that Dewey Evans let a ball drop off his glove into the stands, or somebody else misses a home run by this much or whatever, that's going to determine whether or not you're a champion or not? No. So I said, okay, and now I'm just dealing with a physical. I'm just dealing with baseball, right? So you're a champion. And what else can I tell these guys? What else would I tell them? Just go out there tomorrow and do your best. Just do your best. You're already a champion. Just go do your best. What else would I add to it? Have fun. So that kind of became a mantra for me. And okay, what do I say to the Red Sox? They just blew my World Series. Whatever, you just blew it. What can I say to you? I'm figuring, now it's probably 4 o'clock in the morning. Because I was slow, so it took me a long time to get to figuring out what I would tell the Mets manager. So now I'm going to tell the the Red Sox manager. I said to myself, oh, those poor jerks, they just blew it. Hey, no matter what tomorrow, you're a champion, right? Same thing. You're a champion. Just go out there tomorrow, do your best, and oh, by the way, have fun. You know, don't put pressure on yourself. Just enjoy the time. And so, about that time, I figured out that, hey, maybe I'm a champion too. You know, maybe we're all champions. And yeah, we all are champions.
College as the chief financial officer and a lot of other things. So he knows his way around the financial world, especially when it comes to what's going on in Worcester, top to bottom. Dale?
Thank you. Well, Simon's right. We did meet in 7th grade. I had spent my first 5 years in grammar school in a nicer section of the town. And then when I moved down to this other section, I was getting beat up pretty regularly. And I made a new group of friends, and to be part of their gang, I was expected to stay back 1 year in school. In other words, I was expected to fail in school. Well, I wasn't the greatest student, but I wasn't that dumb. And so as time went on, I started to seek out, brighter friends, and that's how I came across Simon. He was unbelievable. Very energetic and very smart. So, our relationship, carried through, as he said, even through our senior year when we lived he and I shared a bedroom, and we were like brothers for a year. The two things that I guess I owe my success to is putting my, the bad element of my friendship behind and moving on. And again, I associated Bentley with people like Simon who were achievers and not, just there to waste their time. So anyway, that's my story.
Are you guys ready? Yeah! Hands behind your back. Okay, hands behind your back. Get out on one leg. I love this song. Even my If you got your hand on the table, I'm sorry. I got a kick out. Okay? Are you guys ready? Yeah! Come on, are you guys ready? Yeah! I can hear you. You ready? Yeah! 1, 2, 3, go! Oh, damn, no, damn, dog, you swallowed that thing. Come on. Jeez, he's a pro. Son, come on. Damn, Saint's almost done already.
I love it. I like that mustache.
Go, Kathy! Almost. Woo! Come on! Right here! Hey! Hey! Whatever! Am I done? Am I done? Thank you. Oh, you still got pieces, dog. You said I was done. I got pieces. I'm done, dog. I'm done. Sorry, guys. Where's Anthony?
Exactly.
All right. Where's Anthony? Yeah, record us, man.
So this is a new place, it's huge, has about 3 different rooms, 5, 7, maybe 10 offices. Right now, it's just a big game of hide and seek. So luckily I'll find someone we can interview. Let's go. So this room right here is basically where Wind is gonna practice for the next 3 or so years that we are here.
I got tired walking in here.
Oh, watch out, man. Now that you've seen the new place, what do you think expecting for Wind, for Seek?
I'm so excited.
For the youths?
I don't know what to say. I'm like so surprised and excited for the new place, We see so much future in this. We see a lot in the future. We're gonna accomplish a lot with this space. This is gonna be a new home, and definitely we're gonna be this place worth it. All the hard work gonna be right here. All the success gonna be right here. We're gonna you know, continue our success, gonna be up top.
Alright.
I'm excited.
So Sang, after seeing the new place, what are you expecting for Seek and the wind dances?
Well, since we have a bigger and better space now, we're gonna improve a lot more, and it's gonna be easier for us to practice our performances, do shoulder, do our jumps and all that without hitting our heads or the line heads on the ceiling.
Or any Santa Claus upstairs.
Or any, like, people yelling at us about making too much noise. I feel like now that we have a bigger space, it's gonna be easier to fit more people in here. So it's gonna be easier for us
Yeah, people are
to
gonna
get
feel
more
welcome.
youth in. And we're gonna have more activities, so, you know.
We can actually do hide and seek in here.
Hello, this is the Denholm building. This is Seek, room 400. Okay. This right here is Seek. We have our Christmas tree here with our nice welcome and thank you note with our water. If you enter in here, this is our activity room where we host all our activities and our community events. We have, over here we have the boxing and the line dance corner with our cymbals. Here's our plans we're working on. Don't look at it too long. Right here is our lounge, you can say, with our foosball tables. And our TV. Over here, we have our
Long hallway.
our long hallway here. You come in here. This is a room that we're going to be using for interviewing people. What's up? Asian American. Worcester.
Busy boy.
Don't fall behind. Right here we have Andrew's office. It's our youth effect board. Some pictures on the side.
It was one of the many offices that we have that for the youth advisor, for a youth coordinator.
We got our printer. Welcome to the Southeast Asian Coalition sign with a 3-leaf clover.
This is our kitchen.
We have to over here. This is our kitchen.
Now let me show you what we got in our fridge.
Our fridge.
Fresh water.
That's this. Now that's done. We have a series of more offices over here.
Andrew, you can't have us do the serious one. Check that out. Another exit sign.
Rewatch this video. And this is our meeting room. This is where the youth sit. This is where Master Andrew sits.
Don't have to be serious. We're not supposed to be serious people. We're supposed to be fun.
This is Andrew Lay, the youth coordinator. I wanted to leave you guys with an image of our youth having fun, exploring our space for the first time again, and in general being themselves, being youth who are excited for a new place to hang out and achieving a dream and a goal of the program that they have been a part of for many years. To continue our success and to continue utilizing our new space to its full potential, we need more youth. more youth who are willing and able to have fun, be themselves, and also participate more in the community, and realize that we are all champions. In that sense, that way we can connect with our community in a stronger way and learn more and have faith in our program and the activities that are available to us. So please join Youth Effect, and I wish all of you who have been a part of our program a happy new year. Let's achieve more in 2012.
That was our tour. Have a nice drive home, cameraman. Right here. Hey. 400 seek right here. Crafted by these crafted, handcrafted with their hands. We stole it. We got this plant with some fake tulips in it. Over here we got a Christmas tree with no chimney. He gonna come in here through the door.
Yeah. Hey, no swearing, I
didn't swear.
Ricky started.
Yo, right here. What was that? Alright, let's do it.
First guess, Lynn.
Oh my god.
First guess, Lynn.
Same.
Wait, nobody guessed.
Catch 'em all.
Catch them all.
Pokemon, catch them all. No.
It's like
Hi. Can you see us?
No, it's mad dark. You guys are like black figures.
Chương trình lớp học tiếng Anh để đáp ứng nhu cầu cần học tiếng Anh và giúp hội nhập nhanh chóng trong môi trường sống mới tại đất nước này. Trung tâm Đông Nam Á hiện đang chuẩn bị mở những lớp học tiếng Anh bắt đầu vào tháng 1 năm 2012. Chương trình học này sẽ có nhiều lớp khác nhau tùy theo trình độ. Nếu quý vị muốn học những lớp tiếng Anh ngữ này, xin liên lạc với Trung tâm Đông Nam Á tại số 508-791-4373. Thời gian ghi danh sẽ bắt đầu từ bây giờ cho đến 15 tháng 1 2012. Khai thuế miễn phí. Hàng năm vào mùa khai thuế, Trung tâm Đông Nam Á có phối hợp với những chương trình khai thuế của thành phố để giúp cho những gia đình có lợi nhuận thấp khai thuế miễn phí. Chương trình này giúp cho những người không làm chủ căn nhà nào và có lợi tức của tất cả gia đình dưới 50.000. Nếu quý vị muốn khai thuế miễn phí năm nay, xin liên lạc Trung tâm Đông Nam Á số 508-791-4373 để ghi danh. Thời hạn ghi danh khai thuế miễn phí này sẽ bắt đầu từ ngày 2 tháng 1 năm 2012. Trung tâm cao niên sẽ tổ chức tiệc mừng Xuân Nhâm Thìn vào ngày thứ Sáu 20 tháng 1 năm 2012 tại 128 Providence Street, Worcester, Mass. 01604 từ 1 giờ 30 đến 3 giờ 30 chiều. Chương trình gồm có lễ dâng hương, tiệc trưa và karaoke, múa lân và xổ số, vân vân. Giá vé cho người cao niên sẽ là 5 đồng, dưới 60 tuổi sẽ là 10 đồng và trẻ em dưới 7 tuổi sẽ được miễn phí. Vì số vé có giới hạn, xin liên lạc cô Dung tại số 508-799-8067 trước ngày 13 tháng 1 để giữ vé. Chân thành cảm ơn quý vị đã theo dõi chương trình hôm nay. Chương trình này sẽ được phát hình lại vào ngày Chủ nhật, ngày 8 tháng 1 lúc 6 giờ chiều, và thứ Hai ngày 9 tháng 1 lúc 8 giờ tối, và thứ Ba ngày 10 tháng 1 lúc 9 giờ sáng. Chương trình mới của chúng tôi sẽ được phát hình vào thứ Bảy ngày 14 tháng 1 năm 2012 lúc 10 giờ tối. Chúng tôi kính mời quý vị đón xem chương trình mới với chủ đề công việc và những dự định trong năm 2012 của Trung tâm Đông Nam Á. Kính mời quý vị cùng đón xem. Xin kính chúc quý vị một tuần vui khỏe.